Soccer picks up their first win of the season.
And football wins the FCS Kickoff Classic.
All this and more coming up on the Penguin Rundown. Welcome into the Penguin Rundown. I'm Christina Stainovich alongside Richie Giuliano. Richie, it's the first time we're up here hosting, but some of the YSU fall sports have been in action for quite a while, including the football team, and they had their first game Saturday. Was it what you expected?
Yeah, they obviously got the win, and I think they played great on both sides of the ball, but I'm really excited for them to come home through the whole month of September.
I know we're all pretty excited for them to have the next 3 games at home, including the team. We talked to them a little bit, and I think you're going to take us a little bit deeper into the football team in the first game.
Yes. The football team opened up week 0 of the college football season with a win over the Sanford Bulldogs. The Gwins won the opener in Alabama by a final score of 45-22. On the offensive side of things, senior Nathan Mays got the start for the Penguins. Mays led the way for this younger offense, completing 10 passes for 125 yards and 2 touchdowns. He also led the Gwins on the ground as he ran 13 times for 90 yards. Sophomore quarterback Joe Craycraft also got some snaps in week 1 as he completed 3 passes for 35 yards. Junior Samuel St. Cern led the receivers with 5 receptions for 93 yards and 1 touchdown. The defensive side of the ball for the Penguins held a good Sanford offense to only 22 points and also forced 4 turnovers. The junior transfer from Vanderbilt, Zaire Jones, had 2 interceptions in his first game as a Gwin. Defensive back John Harper had the other interception as he returned the pick for 43 yards. Christina Stainovich had the chance to catch up with Braxton CHAPMAN, Zaire Jones, and Justice Reed to get their thoughts on the game.
So you guys kind of split the load amongst the running backs. Is that still the plan going forward?
Yes, so that's always a plan, especially with the backs that we have with Christian Turner, Joe Leslie, Lennon Pearson. I mean, any one of us can get hot, so spreading the ball around, that helps us, and it also helps us stay fresh.
All right, so what are you guys working on over the bye week to prepare for Howard next weekend?
Just a lot of fundamentals and the little things. You got to keep cleaning up the details. I mean, we played good, but, when you watch the film, there's a lot of stuff we still got to clean up. So we're just going to focus on us and try to better prepare ourselves so we can execute.
So the defense was pretty strong throughout the whole game. What clicked for you guys?
I would just say executing the calls that Coach Pelini threw at us. And one thing I want to say is we don't want to get complacent because we still feel like it was some things missing during that game. So this is the week for us to get back and clean those things up.
And how important were those 4 turnovers for you guys in winning the game?
I mean, it's big, especially with the offense clicking the way they were. Winning the turnover ratio is a great way to start off the season. It's a good way to continue going throughout the season.
So who on defense stood out to you the most in Saturday's game?
Zaire for sure. He balled out. My guy D Ford, Malik, Richmond, really the whole D-line balled out, I think. And the DBs definitely for sure from all the quick stuff they were throwing. So I really think defense overall did really well, as well as the offense executing the game plan and keeping us off the field for so long.
And how excited are you guys to play the next 3 games here at Stambaugh?
Oh, it's exciting. We hope we can get a nice little crowd out there after the performance we put on this past weekend. So we're really excited to get back out there again.
Thanks again to Justice, Zaire, and Braxton for taking the time to talk to me. And the football team is going to take a break this week, but return to Stambaugh next weekend to take on Howard at 2 o'clock. And now the volleyball team participated in an exhibition match against Duquesne on Friday. Unfortunately, the Gwins lost in 5 sets, but not without a fight. The team announced a new addition to their coaching staff on Tuesday. Kayetan Barecki is the newest assistant coach and recently worked with the Florida Gators volleyball team. As a former D1 athlete who competed internationally, Barecki says he is looking forward to his position at YSU. The 2019 season will officially begin with the Penguin Classic on August 30th at home against St. Francis at 2 p.m., followed with a match at 7 p.m. against Bucknell. The Penguins also play on Saturday against the Citadel at 3 p.m. Fans are looking forward to the return of seniors Aaliyah Hughes, Erin Callahart, and junior Margot Thompson.
The women's soccer team had an interesting season opener this weekend. They won 2-1 over Fort Wayne, but unfortunately fell to St. Bonaventure 3-1 on Sunday. Freshman Addie Roman scored the first goal of the season against Fort Wayne on Friday, and then another freshman, Marcella Sizer, scored the game-winning goal in the second half. Sizer also scored the lone goal for the Gwins on Sunday's loss. Our very own Abigail Cloutier had the chance to catch up with Roman and Sizer.
Felt really good seeing like a bunch of people from the community out there supporting us and winning for them. Felt really good. Obviously scoring was really good for us, like scoring in the first minute, how Addie scored, that was amazing. And if we could keep that up for the future, that'd be great. And just scoring one more goal than the other team to win.
Oh, it felt great just to have everyone there, and there were so many people. The stands were covered, and to prove to them that we can win against good teams was a great feeling, and just to make our mark on Youngstown State and prove that we deserve to be here. I feel like I was really aggressive in the game and did all my defensive principles really well. Also scoring fairly quickly, I think, definitely helped a lot, but it helped the momentum. So I'm glad that I was able to do that for everyone.
Thank you to Addie and Marcella for getting the chance to talk to us. For more on the soccer team, we're going to send it over to Dom Joseph and Abigail once again at the roundtable.
Hello, welcome to the roundtable. I'm Abigail Cloutier here with Dom Joseph, and today we're going to discuss the women's soccer team. So Dom, I know you were with the soccer team all weekend. You're covering them with ESPN+. You've been following them. What exactly happened this weekend?
So yeah, they ended up the weekend 1-1. As they said, got the victory against Purdue Fort Wayne, lost to St. Bonaventure. But it was a very good weekend for this team. To get that win against Purdue Fort Wayne to set the tone for this season was huge, and especially those two goals came against this experienced Fort Wayne team with your two freshmen scoring the goals, Addie Roman and Marcella Sizer, who we just talked to. So that was awesome to see them get their first collegiate goals. Great to see for them.
It was great to interview Addie and Marcella this weekend.
Yes.
Between the two of them, who stood out the most to you?
As much as I want to say Marcella because she had more goals on the weekend, I do think it was Addie Roman. I think Addie Roman played phenomenal, stuck to her keys, did exactly what she needed to do. She was a ball hawk. She was fantastic, did a tremendous job, was quick, and is really asserting herself as a dominating presence on this young, very young YSU team. Only one senior on this squad, Larson Mervin, who has been conducting traffic in the back line for this team. So to only have one senior and all these freshmen and sophomores, these underclassmen, go out there and perform, that's huge for this team.
And Larson's doing a great job as that lone senior, but since the team is made up of freshmen and sophomore, what are the advantages and disadvantages with that?
That's perfect. Advantages and disadvantages with this team, absolutely. The advantage you'd think would be, oh, this is a very young team. They're going to be flashy. They're going to be quick, moving around very quickly. But you want to have that veteran experience out there to show them, hey, this is a long game. You've got 90 minutes to go out there and get more goals than the other team. You have to be able to last that 90 minutes. You can't be 100 miles an hour the whole game. You have to be able to pace yourself. College soccer, Division I college soccer, is a lot different than high school soccer, which a lot of these freshmen are coming right out of. So it'll be a big adjustment for this team. That's the main advantage, disadvantage this team is facing, but they handled it very well, and they're going to get tested this weekend for sure with that. But as long as they keep communicating, keep chemistry, they'll be good.
And we won some, lost some this weekend. What changes do you think need to be made for this upcoming weekend competition for them to do well?
As much as you don't want to say, oh, well, they lost one and they gave up 3 goals, maybe we should look in the net and see what's going on with the goalkeeper. I think Ziana Jivraj did fantastic. Ziana Jivraj did a tremendous job, had 9 saves in her first game against Purdue Fort Wayne, only giving up 1 goal. That was a tremendous job by her. The second game, St. Bonaventure was just better, and they were onto her. But as long as she stays confident and works hard in practice, I think she's going to be okay. So it is not in the goalkeeping business. That's not the problem here. I just think the one thing they need to work on the most, communication and chemistry. As long as they're talking, stick to your assignments. Don't get yourself following the ball and losing your assignments because you're going to leave an open lane, and they're going to take advantage of it, and they're going to put one behind the net.
Definitely. And the team is traveling this weekend, and for these freshmen, it's probably their first travel tournament ever, and we're coming up against some huge soccer teams this weekend. So how do you feel this travel and being in this environment is going to impact their mindset?
I think the travel down to these places is going to be the biggest part of this weekend because this is a great chance for this team to bond. I think this bus ride down, staying at the hotel, you can get closer as a team and really start to trust each other more. But talking about the games themselves, it's Kentucky. This is SEC soccer we're talking about here. And also you got Marshall. So this is going to be a very big weekend for this team. They have to go out there. Don't worry about going to get the win. Go down there to compete with this team. You just want to compete. Stay close with them. prove that you belong in this spotlight, this big stage that is Division I college soccer against teams like Kentucky and Marshall. As long as they stay confident, poised, and just stick to your assignments, this will be a very good weekend for the Youngstown State soccer team. Win, lose, or draw. As long as they compete, it'll be a good weekend.
All right. Thank you, Dom, so much.
Oh, absolutely.
All right, this was the round table. I'm going to send it back to Christina and Richie, who have more.
Just ahead of the season, the men's cross-country team was picked to be the 15th best team by the United States Track and Field and Cross Country Coaches Association in their preseason rankings. Last season, the team finished 11th within the Great Lakes region. Although there are no seniors, the team is returning 5 top 50 finishers from last year's championship meet. The men's and women's cross-country team is looking to begin their season at the DUQUESNE Duels in Pittsburgh on August 31st.
Both the men's and women's golf teams will be kicking off their season at the beginning of next week. The men's team will be traveling to Verona, New York to compete at the Turning Stone Tiger Intercollegiate Tournament hosted by Missouri this coming Sunday and Monday. Players to look for include junior C.J. Hughes, who earned 4 top 20 finishes last year and 2 in the top 15. Also, junior Zach Ford, who was ranked second on the team with a 75.5 stroke per round average. On the women's side, they will be competing at the Roseanne Schwartz Invitational at Mill Creek Golf Course in Boardman on Monday and Tuesday. Players look out for sophomore Puthita Kwan Rudy, who was awarded Freshman of the Year with her performances last year. Also, senior Caitlin Shutt, who has put on star-studded performances the past 3 years, as well as holding multiple records for YSU. We are excited to see both of these teams back in action and see what is in store for them this season.
The baseball team just announced 4 new additions to the 2020 team. Coach Bertolini and company welcome Nathan Ball, Matt Broski, Dominic Bucko, and Pat O'Shaughnessy to the squad. All 4 players will look to make an immediate impact on the team. Ball is a pitcher out of Perrysburg, Ohio, and was named first-team All-District and selected as an All-Ohio Mizuno All-Star and Buckeye Cable System Network All-Star. The Gwens added another pitcher in Matt Broski out of Strongsville, Ohio. Broski made 11 relief appearances in 2019, striking out 15 in that span. Dominic Bucko is joining the Penguins after spending his first 2 years of college at Cuyahoga Community College. The outfielder batted .386 and will add speed to the team with 14 stolen bases last season. YSU added another JUCO transfer in Pat O'Shaughnessy. The first baseman hails from nearby Poland, Ohio. He led his team in nearly every category, including batting average, slugging percentage, hits, home runs, RBIs, walks, runs scored, and on-base percentage. We can't wait to see the impact these newcomers have on the team this coming spring. And now it is time for the first play of the week of the semester. We're going to send it over to Kelsey Norris, who has more.
Thanks, Christina and Richie. We are so excited to bring you the first Penguin Play of the Week of the 2019 season. This play was performed by senior Cash Mitchell of the YSU football team. Let's check it out. And here we'll see the YSU Penguins battling the Sanford Bulldogs in sunny Alabama. The YSU defense forces a fumble, allowing number 3 Cash Mitchell, linebacker, to take the 26 yards down to the touchdown. The first points for the YSU Penguins, and they would continue to win the game 45-22. Congratulations to the YSU football team, and good luck with the rest of your season.
Thank you, Kelsey, and congratulations to Cash Mitchell, on that fumble recovery for a touchdown.
Cash money right there, as they called it on social media. You know, that was an exciting game on both sides, and I'm excited for this team, like I said in the intro, to open up and come back at home. I'm hoping they get good crowds here. You know, last year it was a little disappointing off the bat, but they really got a good chance of a good season this year.
Absolutely, and I'm more excited than I think I have been since my freshman year when they made it to the championship, and I'm ready to go out to the Ice Castle and support, but that'll just about do it for us here at the Penguin Rundown. For news, highlights, and more, be sure to check out YSUsports.com and follow us on social media on Instagram, Snapchat, Facebook, and Twitter at Penguin Rundown 1. I'm Christina Sainovich.
And I'm Richie Giuliano.
See you next weekend, Penguin Nation.